Hi, everybody! We're back and with lots of amazing news. Lots of amazing news, which is probably actually more amazing than the fact that I'm doing the comic page, quite actually, if I'm being perfectly blunt. First things for SenshiCon are coming along great. We're going to definitely have buttons. Production on those is being completed by a friend of ours, and she's being really awesome and showing previews of them on Skype to me, and they look amazing, and you guys should totally check them out at Senshi. They're probably going to sell for $2 a piece, or you could buy the entire set for like 10 or something. There's going to be some sort of bundle deal because there are going to be 7 of them. Seven different designs you can pick. And if you can't tell, there are 6 field agent type characters and 1 other main character, and if you can't tell, they are themed around them. Sparkly hand motions. The other thing is that if you have been paying attention to our Patreon, well, you might have noticed something kind of fun happen, is that we crossed a bunch of milestones recently, and by recently I mean right before this stream happened, which is giving me stuff to talk about, and it's really exciting. Meaning that we are high enough that I can start doing tabletop comics and restart doing those cursors and avatars and wallpapers and things. So yeah, really exciting. It means I have a lot of stuff to do, but really exciting. Also thing for Senshi. And yes, I'm trying to get this out of the way a little bit so I don't forget anything. Also for Senshi, there are going to hopefully be 8 prints we have. 8. They are currently still in production, but hopefully they'll get done. School is a mess. School sucks your life away like some sort of evil monster vampire thing. It does, though. That being said, though, one of my classes is a life drawing class, and so hopefully what will happen through the course of the semester is you'll see me improve in my people drawing skills, which, I mean, I'm not saying I was bad at people beforehand, but I mean, the more you draw something, the better you get at it. That's just a fact. Am I forgetting anything? Am I forgetting anything immediately? I probably am. We're back. I was on vacation, and now we're back. Well, at least I'm back. Mark is at work. Work also sucks your life like evil vampire. So, yeah, this is the last page for Lacewing's intro. And I really hope this is the page I'm supposed to be drawing, because that's the one yeah, the 3rd page went up last week, I think. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm still sort of recovering from the whole fact I was gone for almost a month. So yeah. Oh, it also means that we're gonna have monthly game night now. The Patreon milestones. So, monthly game night, which is arranged and done by our writer, meaning you'll get to play with at least one of us, and probably people from who played in the game, because, I mean, look at us. We're a bunch of people who are making a comic based off a tabletop game we played. I mean, we like games, okay? So, you should join us, play games. Depending on the game we're playing, there might be a 18 mature warning, because we happen to like Cards Against Humanity, and there's an online version. Also, there's a sort of soft M warning of we tend to get a little sweary if we get competitive, so just for the warning on that. Think when you're playing Mario Kart. Or, you know, any other friendship-ending game. I guess this works. I mean, it's a little heavy, but... Oh! We're gonna have business cards at Senshi. And yes, this is my phone. And yes, I'm using it as a reference for a business card because I don't actually have any business cards down here. Specifically, I have business cards, but I don't want to show you what they are because that would be, marketing for those people, and I'm a horrible person. And no, this is my art stream. Get out. Only marketing I do is the accidental marketing of mentioning like the fact that I'm eating food from insert place here. So this page is fun because it's a lot of implications, and I just realized that I did the design and then I did the design for the page forever ago, and I haven't needed to draw it since then, and so this is fun. Your brain stores things depending on how often you use them. If you do something like, a couple months ago and then never touch it ever again, I'll give you a hint. You're not going to remember it. It's all right. Here we go. Oh yeah, and due to actually a sort of annoying thing that happened to me recently, there might actually be a silver lining where we might actually be switching to all digital medium, depending on stuff and things. It would mean that we would be bringing on a 5th person onto the team. We already have someone in mind, so it's not going to be like, hey, if you want to join us, it's not going to be like that. We already have someone in mind. It's someone we know. Yeah. Someone you know and happens to be in one of my classes, so. That does mean I'm actually super stoked about the whole, we're at $16, and that's $16 a week, bro. You can actually almost subsist off of that if you're just one person. Almost, not really. You'd have to not have rent, but I'm so excited. The more people that donate means the more likely someone will swing by the stream and say hi, which they might have. I have no idea. Because I did the silly thing again of forgetting my laptop. I probably could steal someone's laptop from upstairs because my brother's actually in town and visiting. Hilariously, it was one of the brothers it was the same brother I visited when I went on vacation. So it's unlike usual where I haven't seen him in like a year. I saw him like a week before he showed up. And I made some sort of snarky comment along the lines of, why are you here? The answer, because it's Alaska, and Alaska's amazing. And you people should totally come and visit us and for Senshi, because that would be cool. Having people visit us for Senshi would be a little mind-boggling, to be perfectly honest. I'm having to do a design I did digitally in traditional mediums, and my brain is going, why? Not only that, I'm having to do it at an angle. This is not a fun thing. I'm talking more than I usually do. I'm proud of myself. This is good. This is really good. Maybe I should just do this more. Maybe I shouldn't do it like, I'm lying. I should do it every week. I missed you guys. I really did. I missed you guys. Been doing stuff. I have things to talk about. That's why. Because I've been doing stuff and I haven't been able to tell you guys, like, because not actually all that much stuff happens to me usually. So this is all like a month's worth of stuff all just crammed together. That's really what it is. I forgot my smudge stick again. God damn it. It's my portfolio. I will find a solution to this problem. I will. Actually, I might have one in my backpack. To adventure! Not really, that's my DS. That's an empty pocket. Those are my keys. That is pencil lead, which is nice to know, but not what I'm looking for. Those are stickers. That's another notebook, but not. That's hand sanitizer. Those are pills. That's random coin change money that I shoved in there in case I needed it during the trip. I didn't, but it was nice to have. It meant I could use the vending machines. Let's see here. Don't have it with me. That's annoying. I will. Maybe I have one on my desk. Do I have one on my desk? No, I don't. Let's see. In my desk. And here I was being optimistic. Sad day. Okay. That's more than a little obnoxious. Alright. Okay. In any case, I'll just deal with my life, I guess. Let's see. Brain. Let's try and get my brain to work. Where was I before I realized that thing? Right, month of stuff. So yeah, visit, family things and grandparent things and did all that whole family stuff. I also went to Houston for a bit, visited some friends, met one of them technically for the first time because the internet is so cool that way. Like, you can make friends with a person and not meet them in real life, but like you still talk to them like every day. It's so cool. Or like you make friends with a person and you move away or whatever, but you can still keep in contact. Like little things like that. I had like this mind-boggling realization when I was in Houston that like I had to fly, and frigging because of airplanes, I could visit my friends in Houston. And Houston, even in case you don't know, is like 4,000 miles away from Anchorage, Alaska. And I was down, like, it takes like 10 hours maybe on a slow flight to get there. Like, people sometimes get really worked up about like, whoa, look at this new technology for like my phone or something. I'm like, I realize this technology we've had for like forever now, but like, I can fly. If I go on an airplane, I can go and be like across the world in less than a day. Now, if that's not cool to you, then you have a problem. I bet half of you, like, if there's anyone on the stream who is like hasn't watched before or something, they're probably going, "Who are you and what have you done with the tiny quiet person who normally is the one doing the art?" And I'm like, same person, just with actually stuff to talk about. Also, super excited because we're high enough that I can do table talk comics. I get to do little table talk comics, and I'm excited. I'm excited. I've been wanting to do them forever. You don't understand. I have like notes about like ones I could potentially do. I think they're only once a month. Oh, that gives something for our coder to do besides just upkeep too. He needs to make a new page for those. Should probably have an about page on that one too to explain what the hell they are because they're not the main thing. So, and they will only get made as long as we stay above 15. Threatens. So yeah. Hope to see you guys essentially. That's also exciting. I'm a little swamped due to the whole needing to finish 8 prints and stuff, but we will have business cards. I ordered those. They will be coming in probably about the 8th. So enough time that I can, look at them. SenshiCon is the 26th and 27th. So if you are planning on coming up here for whatever reason, you should like come up here around then. Or like if you're planning a trip up here anyway and you're like, oh, what is there to do? I mean, there's an anime convention, bro. And you're listening to a comic artist who's going to be at the convention. I mean, what could be cooler than while you're on vacation and you meeting a comic artist that you read their comic? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but actually, like, that actually, for me, is actually something really awesome that happens. Because I've been routinely complimented that this is how I sound normally. Like, this is just, this is not some sort of persona I'm putting on. I do censor myself a little bit, mainly because of the fact I have to worry about being like, oh yeah, spoiler, but I don't. This is just how I talk. This is me. Hello, I'm Kathy. Oh god. Ah! I moved the camera. No. Other thing that happened recently. A couple days ago, I was working on actually the prints. Now that I think about it, hilariously, I was working on them, and in the paper room, which is the room we're in right now, and I heard this little noise from the corner of the room, and I was just scribbling and scrabbling, and so I turn around in my very convenient spinny chair, and I look around, but of course, that's of course when the noise stops happening, and it takes just long enough for my brain to go, hearing things, and then it starts scrabbling again. This time I see it, and it's brown, and I see like this long thing, which I thought was either like a leg or an antenna, and at first, and my brain had this heart attack because, in case you don't know, I have a phobia of cockroaches. And so I was like, shit, what do I do? Oh no, I'm alone. This is bad. Because all my family was like upstairs, and point being is I was stuck in the room with this thing that I thought was a cockroach. And then I was like, right, I'm back in Alaska. We don't have those up here. Brain goes, what in the world is it then? And then I remember, right, we have mice. Mice are brown. Right. Oh, it's a mouse. Crud, it's a mouse. Because getting mice in your house actually is, while they're adorable and kind of, they're annoying as hell to catch. Like, but I got some extra hands to help out, and we caught it, and it got taken care of. And my brother Steve, who was visiting, yes, his name is Steve. Like, that's legitimate. That's not me just censoring that. Got taken care of, and he got to see a mouse, and he helped with that actually. So Yay for having brothers who help you with things. This page is going slowly because I'm actually talking. On one hand, I'm like, yay, they'll actually be entertained. And on the other hand, I'm like, but the page is going slowly. New pros and cons to everything. Do I have anything else? I probably do have some other stuff. My cat is doing well. My mom fed him an extra like can of food one day, the other day, but what are you gonna do? She constantly thinks I'm underfeeding him, and I'm like, mother. He begs for food even if he's just been fed. Like, it's like it's always been a thing. Okay. Symbol actually is pretty decent. Hands are annoying to draw. Shading people is annoying. Found that out the other. Well, I didn't find it out, but I was reminded of it. That realistically shading and drawing people is some of the hardest stuff you can possibly do in art. So if you see people like that who can just do it, I mean, just shower them in praise, because holy crap. My head's in the way, I'm sorry. I just need to look at it closer. Is there anyone watching here? Is anyone going in here? Yeah. I don't have my glasses on. That's the problem. That's why I'm like squinting at the screen across the room. Oh, right. I forgot. Well, that's been a problem, but okay. I fixed the thing. Fix the thing. Whatever. Okay. Really like this panel. This panel's coming out great. I get to do table talk, comics. Oh, I have to decide what the first one is. Crap. I have too many. Okay. I'll go through my list and see which one sounds like a good starter one. Huzzah! Okay. She cut her hair recently. It looks really cute. That's I'm half considering incorporating it into the character design because it would make her stand out for my character more. Drawing her really thin hair is actually really kind of annoying for me because her hair used to be just long enough that, like, while drawing it, like, cartoonishly, it got sometimes a little mixed up with mine. Because we also Not exactly similar body structures, but close. Pretty much the main difference is she's more angular than I am, and that is way too small. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. And one panel down. 3, 4, 5, 5 to go. Oh, maybe I might add some more details to this one. I actually kind of like shading. It's just I don't have the tool I usually use. This is actually an eraser. Yeah, it's one of those vinyl erasers that I'm just using very lightly in response. Okay, let's see. Right. No, wait. Ah! Keeping in mind things that I really should have memorized, but I don't. Well, I do have them memorized, but I have no idea if you guys can hear that, but that's my dad on the recorder, and my parents said I've been particularly noisy, and I haven't quite figured out why. Camera moved again. You guys see that thing? The thing with the lace wings hair is that it's really fine, and getting that texture across is such a pain. Like, I have not figured out how to, at least not convincingly. Like, I don't, not in a way that sort of looks good, if that makes sense. Like, what in the world was that? Stupid phone. Everyone ignore the phone. I think it's probably because they're similar to me, where it's like, oh, right, you have a stream today. Yes, it's every Friday, except for ones that I have already sort of set aside for not existing. I got to show my friends the season 0, the first pilot episode of season 0, and one of them I actually meant to show it to them, and the other one was just on Skype while I was talking to the other friend about it, like before I showed it to her, and she was like, "I should watch this too," and so she then put it on in the background on her Skype, but I couldn't hear it, but I could see her face because she muted herself. And I saw the exact moment whenever freaking Yami Yugi from season 0 first shows up, and like the entire progression of like the facial expressions where it's like, wow, this is really 90s. Wow, it's really 90s. Oh my god, it hurts. And then just the progression, and then all of a sudden there was an exact facial expression that they made. They both made the exact same one, and it was so beautiful. So good. And I would recommend you play this game with your friends. Also watch it yourself. First, watch yourself. Then think of the facial expression you then watch your friends whenever you show it to them. And I almost guarantee that you guys will make the exact same facial expression at the exact same point during the episode. It really is really 90s though, like really 90s anime. Like, I'm struggling to think of other animes that are like that obviously from like late 80s, early 90s. Well, I guess Robotech. Eh. For different reasons though. Like Robotech is more obvious from like the art style and like the fact that it's one of those robo dramas. I am shading. I can sort of use my right hand. I am primarily left-handed, but I can sort of use my right hand. Kind of proud of that. Not nearly as good as my left hand. There was one time in high school where I was practicing using it, my right hand. Got some really weird looks from the kids. And then some other kids next to me was like, guys, you realize she's, like, I was writing out the alphabet, like I was writing the letter A 7 times, and then B 7 times, and then yada, yada, yada. Usual sort of writing exercise type things. And they were giving me this weird look like, are you a moron? Like, what are you doing? And I was actually doing it fairly quickly, and then some other kid next to me noticed that the looks I was getting from some of the other ones and was like, guys, you realize she's left-handed, right? And she's using her right hand. That she's practicing using her opposite hand. And then one of them was like, oh, and just, like, guys, we were in 9th grade in high school. Did you not know? Did you think I didn't know my alphabet or something? You can't. What? How does that even? People. We sometimes joke that she has little elf hands because she can fold tiny paper cranes, which she will be selling at Shenchi. We have a couple things at our booth that, like the on-the-spot commissions, which aren't technically related to the comic, but I mean, we've seen other people have like booths that are made to, like, you know, advertise for their webcomic, and they never get any attention. And I noticed in when we went last year, I noticed that part of the problem was that they didn't have anything besides like their little pamphlets for their webcomic, and I'm like, well, that explains that. You're in the artist alley, you don't have any, you're not selling anything. So we were making sure that we, you know, have stuff like, you know, like the prints and the buttons. We will definitely have buttons. Excited. Buttons. Unfortunately, one of my friends who was going to visit and also have a booth at Senshi has run into some issues with that due to medical stuff. But so everyone give her well wishes and things of that sort. It's actually fairly simple surgery, but you know. I worry about all my friends. I do. You can ask any of them. I tend to worry about them more than I worry about myself. I'm like, oh yeah, I have like $20 in my bank account or whatever the fuck. I'm okay. Actually, I usually don't talk about money. I do worry about my friends more than I worry about myself. So that's a like hard truth. And pretty much, really, if I had to pick one thing out of life, I would pick for my friends to be happy. Like, genie wish, I want my friends to be happy. All right. I did put in a hoodie, right? Yeah, I did. Because everyone in Alaska wears hoodies. That's the thing. I get in big groups. Let's see. Wrong one. That's. I did. That would be a hoodie. It's the wrong hoodie, but it's the one I wear right in consistency. That's the one you're going to be wearing. Hey. Oh yeah, this is one of the ones I did ahead of schedule, so. Yeah, I hope you guys got that. I wasn't entirely. It was iffy. Having that workout was a little bit of a. I did learn stuff, but it was a little bit of a pain in the ass. Hey, I did remember apparently which side I made her the longer side of her hair, though. That's kind of nice. Perspective! Oh my god, we had to draw blocks. In my art class, he gave us some letter blocks. We had to draw them in perspective and just. Open air perspective is the worst because you sort of have to just BS everything, to be perfectly honest, and just. It's not fun. It's not. Important skill. Should totally be able to do it. But, oh my god. Pose experimentation. So apologies if this looks a little funny. I'm experimenting. This one's less experimenty. This one looks funky because I'm not used to actually drawing her hair on that side. Usually she's facing that way. Meow, meow. All right. I minimize the thing. I feel silly. Okay. Things have been busy. Oh, I've been doing this for almost 2 hours. No, almost an hour. I getting ahead of myself. Don't mind me. Shows you how long it's been, though. Do 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 do. Okay. This is going to be one of those talk-heavy pages. Drawing thin hair is really annoying. Making it work is even more. I was a lot more talkative earlier in the stream. I'm running out of things to talk about, I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember what I did for him. Can't put kind of design for him because I'm sure what BS the last one from the project. Not you. The one actually has a couple panels. Let's see here. All right. I'm sort of running around this one. Hopefully you guys have been liking my Swings intro because she's a fun character and people should like her. All the characters are fun. What am I talking about? But I've always been sort of routinely thinking about like what Ishii and I did with our characters in the game versus what the other original players did, and sort of been giggling mentally about how Ishii and I went this whole like not exactly sort of Batman-y route, but like, you know, sort of recognizing that we're cynical people, and so probably if we were going to have powers dumped on us, it probably wouldn't end well for a lot of, for like, it would not be a happy beginning. And then some of the group was like, if I got powers, I would totally be superhero, yeah! And I was like, really? So I have a hard time believing that. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's a saying that I believe to be true. It's been shown to be true in history. It's fairly regularly, actually. course I decide to do something really weird with the hand poses that make it look really freaking bizarre. Of course I do. Someone's sending me a file. Okay. Either that or someone was finally accepted a file I sent, which I think nothing was a little more likely. I sent a file earlier this morning. The things that happen mentally whenever you start doing a bajillion things at once, where it's like, keeping track of things is the worst. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nope, that's what I do. Okay. It does not even look remotely like the same guy I drew before. Oopsie. Oopsie daisy. Oh well. Not really anything I can do about that. That was actually someone messaging me. How about what is happening? Oh, I'm out of practice. I can tell. Ah. Moral of the story, don't go on vacations. I'm so close. Showed one of my friends Gravity Falls. That was fun. Which then reminded one of my other friends that she hadn't been watching it, and she like binge watched like 12 episodes, I want to say, in like one night. Something like that. These are my friends. And the other one last I checked is on episode 5. Then when I came back, Ishi sat me down and had me watch Devil's Part-Timer, and oh my god, that show! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! That show. It's so beautifully ridiculous, and I want another season of it. I so do. That's one of those shows that I would pay to get more of. So I can totally see the end of that one, sort of them being like, "Yep, that's the status quo now, and this is what happens." And no, they don't. And no, that just isn't. Nothing changes like ever. Just the new status quo is Friggin' Satan himself works at a friggin' fast food restaurant. That's a ripoff of McDonald's, and oh god. Friggin' show. Friggin' show, okay. Getting bleep bloops, and I'm pretty sure it's a group chat that I'm in, so I'm ignoring them now. I'm really excited because we're almost done with the intros, and that means that stuff can actually start sort of happening, like legitimate, you know, sort of like action scenes, and you know, the stuff that the reason you guys are reading the intros to actually, I mean, let's be perfectly honest here, you're not reading this for like, here's this character. Reading this to see what the characters do. So, our last set of intros will happen starting in September, because this is the last one in August. And they're going to be fairly word heavy, just for the warning. They are fairly talky. So they're important, though, in the sense that out of all of them, you're probably going to get the most foreshadowing and sort of world building and stuff like that from that group. It's because of who the characters are, which is also simultaneously why they're more talky. It's not like they, it's the, our next group is going to be Hub and John? Hub and John? And yeah, the two of them are not very field agent, and for lack of a better phrase, like they don't personally go out and do stuff. Usually. Not usually. Almost done with this. Ugh. Yeah, this page is going to be fairly plain, I think. Mainly so I can get away from possibly having to draw those bricks. I don't really want to draw those bricks. If there's any way I could avoid doing that, I will. Because, man, I don't want to draw those bricks. I just realized why that looks so freaking wonky. It's because her head is like super too big. Okay. Where's one of the black ones? That's it. You're reverse decapitated, I guess. Give me un momento. I think I might also just look weird because like I usually don't draw her from that side, and so it's like this doesn't look right. Adds to list of things I need to practice drawing. The infinite list that I don't actually bother making because it's infinite and ugh. You need to practice drawing everything. Practice drawing everything. And seriously, see part of my cross hatching. It has saved me on so many stupid assignments. Pro tip. If you are an artist person, learn how to crosshatch. Your teachers will ask you to do it. You will have assignments that are entirely devoted to it, and really, it's not as hard as it looks. That's seriously it. Like, just learn how to draw really quick strokes, and just you will save, like, your butt will be saved so much if you know how to crosshatch. That, and you will have assignments where what you need to do is like a scratch board, and God, there is nothing better for scratch board than cross-hatching. There is just, because you, particularly if you're really good at like doing it really light and slowly building it up, because then you actually like get it to look right. I lied. Apparently, I'm actually sort of doing the bricks. I lied. Okay. Almost done. Been saying that for like 10 plus minutes now, but probably looks more done now than it did, you know. Now it looks believably almost done. As opposed to laughably almost done. Okay. I love the story and the comic because it's going to... It does something that I would really like to see more, or at least hear about more. Okay, I will admit, I don't actually read that many comics because actually reading comics is fairly expensive. I read webcomics mainly. But I would like to see more of heroes that aren't necessarily goody two-shoes. But are still unquestionably heroes, if that makes sense. I want to, like, I mean, if you're having characters that are people, they're going to make mistakes. That's a fact. People make mistakes. And to be perfectly honest, I think people need to be reminded of that a little more often. Is that people make mistakes. What really judges you as a person is what do you do when that happens? Have all the hoodies. And don't worry, they will get their own costumes eventually, but that happens after the whole introduction team up thing because they like just got their powers, man. I mean, you know how hard it is to make super suits? The reason why in The Incredibles there was like one person who made super suits. It's hard and probably expensive. Particularly if they get beat up all the time. Can you imagine how expensive that would get for a superhero? Like, to maintain their supersuit. Boyfriend showed me Rick and Morty. Really funny. Not all the jokes are my kind of humor, but overall, really funny. Favorite episode so far would be the one with the imaginary friends in it. With the imaginary friends, I mean the symbiotes, the psychic, imaginary. I'm just gonna keep cutting off your legs, bro. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Okay. Doesn't it look better now that she's not talking to a noodle monster? Is that a good thing? It's a great thing, isn't it? Okay, your hair shaded because your hair is not white. Usually not blonde. I'll probably take the smudge stick to it before it actually gets uploaded. But almost done. And besides the fact that I'm a moron and forgot to do some stuff for the speech bubble, I do believe this page is done. It needs some smudge sticks up. I don't have a smudge stick on me. So unfortunately, you guys won't get to see that, but I don't think you guys really care all that much about seeing me blur shading and things of that nature. So yeah, this is pretty much what the page will look like. It'll be a little more poppy, I think. Maybe. This is what happens when you come back from vacation, guys. So I will see you guys next week at the same time. Thank you guys for swinging by, and bye.